Hey everyone, this is Dr. Hensey, and you are in the video lecture on the curriculum framework. Did I throw you off a little bit by shifting myself up to the other corner? I did that so we can see the full document here. So what you're looking at is called the curriculum framework. This is the document that summarizes everything you have to know for period 1 or unit 1 in AP US history. We use this as teachers for our planning and assessment, and for you guys, it's just a nice place to have all the things that you need in one document. We will share this with you at the start of each unit. So let's break down the framework here and talk a little bit about what we have. Over here are the key concepts. These are the big ideas that drive each period. There's either 2 or 3 key concepts. You should read through those, but you don't need to know those specifically because by doing everything else in the curriculum framework, you will have met the goals of the key concepts. You notice that they are color-coded and numbered, and that matches the objectives. The learning goals. That doesn't help you guys as much as it does us as teachers, but it makes for a really pretty color-coded document, which Dr. Hensey loves. So let's see what we've got here. I talked to you earlier about how units are broken down into lessons, and you see here's lesson 1-1, lesson 1-2. It's always unit and then the number order of the lesson that we're going to be using. These will correspond to your student notes and your PowerPoint. So if you're taking your own notes, you should always put the lesson number at the top of that page. If you're using the templates we provide you, then you won't need to do that. At the bottom are our objectives, and these are the things that students need to know by the end of the unit and the end of the semester. Let's look at learning objective B. Explain how and why various native populations in the period before European contact interacted with the natural environment in North America. As you can see, it's pretty open-ended, which means that you'll be able to craft an answer to this objective. It's not going to ask you specific who, when, where, what, and why, though you will pull that information into it as you want to use it. Now, that is a broad objective. So you're like, well, what do I pull from? What do I use to answer that? Above that, for lesson 1-2, are the learning goals. There are 4 of them here. These are more specific things that you should be able to do in order to answer the objective. So if you can do all 4 of our learning goals, our LGs, then you're able to do the learning objective. Each of these is what the lecture is based on. So when you open up a lecture in APUSH, or when you start the video, we'll start and tell you the objective we're working on, and we'll tell you at the top of each slide in the lecture, I guess I could show you that, the learning goal that particular part of the lecture is about. Give me a slow computer here, 1 second to load everything. So if we look, here is the objective, 1.B, exactly as it's stated on the curriculum framework. And then here is the outline of the lecture, and here's the learning goal that information goes to. So to be able to do this learning goal, this is the part of the lecture that you need to watch. And then that learning goal contributes to, it's one of these, it's this one actually, that answers part of this question. So hopefully that makes sense. You will see in the curriculum framework some bolded terms like maize cultivation here, or encomienda system, feudalism, capitalism, new world. These are terms that the College Board AP has said you do need to know. So those are things that are required vocabulary, and you should find a way to work them into your objectives. Each of your teachers may add a sub-bullet like I did at the bottom for smallpox here. That's something that they want you to know specifically for their class. So Ms. Oberle's small indented bullets may be different than mine or Ms. Novaria's. But what's bolded is what students in all of the AP classes, APUSH classes, have to know. Now you'll notice in lesson 1.7 that there are no learning goals. There's nothing there. And that's because lesson 1.7's objective is cumulative. It pulls from the entire period. And it's a broad question. Usually it's a compare and contrast, cause, effect, or continuity or change topic. And I went through those fast. But for example, this one is a cause and effect, that they're asking you to explain the effects of the development of transatlantic voyages from 1491 to 1607. That's a pretty broad task to do. So this is the objective that you will answer in an OSR, an original student response. It's one of the different types of assessments we do. It's the one that you complete at home, and it's a creative response to that question. We'll talk more about that in the video lecture on APUSH assessment. But just keep in mind that broad goal there, with a broad objective with no learning goals. That's the one the OSR is over. A lot of information. You may or may not refer to this document frequently. Some of you will. Some of you may never look at them again. But it's just a great way, especially if you're studying for the exam, to have a quick list of all the objectives you need to know for the exam and a reminder of what topics go with what objective. If you have questions, place them in the comments below, and I or a classmate will be glad to answer those. And as always, thanks for tuning in and have a great day.